You know, I've been thinking a lot about how my background has shaped the way I see the world. I grew up in a small, caring community where everyone helped each other. Now I believe that being kind and fair is very important. And I want to bring that in my classroom.
Well, that's interesting. I grew up in a very strict school where marks and discipline were the most important thing. So, at first, I thought a good teacher had to be serious all the time. But after learning about worldview, I now understand that being a good teacher also means understanding your learners and creating a safe space for them.
Yes, I agree. I also realize that my own culture and beliefs affect how I teach. For example, I might expect learners to behave in a certain way, but I need to remember that not all learners come from the same background as me. I have to respect and include their views too.
Exactly. I also think our worldview can help us notice unfair things in school. And as a teacher, we should have the courage to speak up or make changes when something is not right for our learners.
True, true. I also believe that we should help learners think about their own values, where their beliefs come from, and how these beliefs affect how they treat each other.
Yes, because in the end, we are not just teaching subjects like maths or English. We're helping learners becoming better people. So understanding ourselves is the first step to being a good teacher. For me, I enjoy group work because I believe learning happens when people share ideas. When the students work together, they can learn from each other and not only from the teacher. But I also know that not all students are comfortable in groups. Some prefer working alone, and that's okay too. So I'll need to be balanced. Sometimes use group work, sometimes let them work independently. It's about meeting different needs. One strength of my own worldview is that I really value respect and kindness. I think this will help me connect with students and make them feel safe in my class. Students learn better when they know their teacher cares about them, but a challenge is that I sometimes avoid conflict because I don't like making people upset. In teaching, I will need to face my problems directly, like discipline issues, and not always avoid them.
That's interesting. For me, one of my strengths is that I believe in discipline and structure. I like planning and having clear rules. I think this will help students know that is expected of them and keep class organized. But the challenge is that I may become too strict or not flexible enough. Sometimes students need creativity and freedom, not just rules. So I'll have remind myself to relax and adapt when it is needed.
When we're teaching students from many different backgrounds, I think my role is to make sure everyone feels welcome and included. Sometimes students may have different languages, religions, or traditions. I don't want anyone to feel left out because of who they are. So I'll try to use examples and activities that respect all cultures.
Yes, I agree. As a teacher, we must show respect and openness. If we show that we value diversity, students will learn to do the same. I don't want to ignore differences. I want to use them as a chance for learning. For an example, students can share about their cultures in class, and that way everyone learns something new. It makes classroom richer.
I think one of the most important jobs of a teacher is to help students think for themselves. We can do this by giving them tasks that make them compare different opinions, ask questions, or discuss topics. When they see that there are many ways to look at an issue, they start thinking critically instead of just accepting one answer.
Yes, that's very true. If students learn to respect different worldviews and ideas, they will grow into open-minded adults. They'll be able to work with people who are different from them and not be afraid of new ideas. That's why teaching them to think critically is just as important as teaching content like math or science.
So, reflecting on our worldview now really helps us prepare for the kind of teachers we want to be. It's like we are building the foundation for our teaching identity before we even step in a real classroom.
Exactly. Our worldview influences how we teach, how we manage the classroom, and how we treat our learners. Knowing this clearly makes us more mindful and reflective. I believe the more we understand ourselves, the better we can support our students.